Good morning, Flosstube. It's Donna, Doodlebug Stitcher. Welcome to my channel. Long time no see. Things have been hectic since my last video while my husband was in California. He's come back, I've started back to work, and we're getting ready to go back to school next week. So things have been really hectic. I am working overnights now, which means I sleep mostly during the day, hence the coffee. And my Rae Dunn, isn't that cute? My Rae Dunn. We don't get a lot of Rae Dunn here in Delaware. So if any of y'all know where I can find some Rae Dunn, I have this cup. I also have one that says tea. And I have a Christmas one that says coffee, but it says it like real little coffee. It has a red border on it. That's it. I don't have a lot of Rae Dunn. But if y'all can help me find some, I would love you to the end of time. So, lots of coffee in my life now because I work at night while everybody else is sleeping. I'm working. And then I come home and I sleep during the day. It'll get a lot easier next week once she goes back to school because I'll be able to sleep while she's in school. So that means a diminished amount of time for stitching, but I try to make the most of it. And I've got lots of stuff to show you today. First up is some finishes. I had asked Vanna, send some stuff to Vanna, and it's my daughter coughing. Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. I had sent some stuff to Vanna, and that was at the pre-end of school year. I think it was during Mania. And I just got it finished, and I'm totally thrilled. So let me show you. So the first piece I sent her was a shepherd's bush piece. A piece of shepherd's bush that I had finished several years ago, and I believe this is called Trick or Treat or Sweet Treat, something like that. But the finishing is to die for. Look at these tassels and look at the cording. And then she let me pick the fabrics, and so she had given me like 8 choices, and for this one I picked that, which I am so thrilled. And this is a flat fold. That's what I really wanted, a flat fold, because I don't really have a lot of wall space that isn't covered with other stuff. So I need more of like display pieces that I can put out. So that was one finish. And then the other finish was a gift that I stitched for my mom. It took me like 2 days in, I'm gonna say April, because I stitched it for Mother's Day. And so I showed it to her for Mother's Day, and then I told her part of her gift was that I would have it finished for her. So she picked out the finishing fabric. I told her, I said, you can have it made into whatever you want. And she said, why don't we do a pillow? She's like, because I don't want to hang it on the wall. So it's like, whatever you want, Mom. So she picked this fabric, which is really cute. It's a chocolate. It looks better in this light. Chocolate polka dot, which really goes well with the dog right here. And so, Vanna, I can't thank you enough for these. They are gorgeous. They are beyond what I was expecting. So much more. And so I've already told her that I'm going to start going through my stuff and figuring out some other pieces to send her for next year, because she's already done for this year. As far as like expedited finishing for the end of the year. So maybe if I do some stuff this Christmas, I can have her finish it in the spring, and then it'll be ready for next Christmas. So anyway, that I'm just beyond thrilled. And then in going through some stuff in the house, I found a finish that I did, I'm gonna say I finished this at least a decade ago. It's a Curtis Boehringer, and I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. Curtis Boehringer Santa, or he did the little cardstock charts of the Santas of the month, and and he also did a snowman of the month. So this was the July snowman, and I had bought this kit, this finishing kit, so it's already sewn on and everything, and then I just stitched the design on it, and then I just have to sew the top and the bottom so that they're sealed, but it's open in the back. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to attach that. I think I might find a cute attachment of some sort or a button. And then it has these ribbons that you would kind of like tie on a dowel and hang. Super cute. So I had it finished and I didn't even know it. Lucky me. So that, I'm counting that as a finish. Let's see, whips. Since I last saw you guys, I finished my Round Robin project and got that off to Lisa, who is at Blue Hen Stitcher on Instagram. She lives local here to me, and so we exchanged. I then got my my project from, or the next project that I was stitching on, from Betty Ulan, and she is on Instagram. One moment, I will tell you, because I don't know. I know she's on Facebook, but I'm not sure if she's. I know she doesn't do a Flosstube. She is on Instagram, Betty Ulan, BettyUlan, and she does fabulous stitching. So if you don't follow her, go follow her on Instagram, and go follow Blue Hen Stitcher as well, because she does some amazing work as well. So this is the Country Stitcher Round Robin, and Liz and Deb are hosting that, and our group is the WIP group, and so we are doing the primitive rather than the Quaker. And so Betty's piece, I'm not going to show you what Betty stitched, because I'm not showing other people's work unless they've said, yeah, it's okay. So I stitched my motif on her piece, and the goal here is that you stitch the same motif, but with the other stitcher's floss colors. And so if you remember mine, my color scheme has a lot of variations in golds and yellows and greens and browns, so it bode well for my motif. And so Betty's colors, she had purple, she had a color, crescent color, classic colorworks, I must call it crescent colorworks, old school, classic colorworks Old Money, which is like a really pretty but a cool toned green. And so it's been fun, because I've been challenged to figure out how to make the motif work with colors. And so I did two-toned leaves, you can see there, kind of like a red maple leaf, changing colors. And she asked me, my original design at the top here, along the side, it had the word Maybon, which is autumnal, a word for autumnal equinox. And she asked me to change it, just for personal reasons. And so we came up to do the word bees instead, which is perfect. And it matches, it coordinates well with the design that she is stitching. So I think it's going to be really cool to see her stitched design on my piece when I get it with my colors, because I think it's going to look amazing. So I finished that. I actually finished that last night before work. And so that'll go off to Lisa, and then I'll be waiting for the next person, Linda's piece, which Linda's doing something a little different with her Round Robin piece. She has provided us the chart, so we don't have to pick a design. She's already picked it for us. And then we just stitch it. So I think I'll be able to knock that one out real quick. I also, since I last saw you guys, started working on hands-on design Knee High by the 4th of July. And I can show you how far I've gotten. So this is how far I got. So I have the one fence post, and I'm starting to do the white of the quilt. So this is going to be a longer term project because I've got so many whips currently. And I don't know if you don't already follow me on Instagram, one of the hashtags that I'm using is hashtag Season of the SAL, because I'm participating in a lot of SALs from now until the end of the year. So I just called it hashtag Season of the SAL. So the next one that I started was, Little House Needlework. I'm like, wait a minute, there was a fourth one here. This is Little House Needleworks, and this is the stitch along that Priscilla and Chelsea started for Pumpkin Hollow Farms, which I'm super excited about as I dump the papers all over the place. And this is 30, I believe this is 36 count. Yeah, I think this is 36 count Bramble from Picture This Plus, which I've made a lot of color changes. Main lot that you see there are, I did a color change with the roof color and for the house. So I'm really pleased with how that's looking so far. And again, this will be a project that I will continue to work on. So I'm not in a rush. And then currently the last whip that is in the rotation is my Peace on Earth SAL, which is by Cottage Garden Samplings. Know your designer, Donna. So that's the Peace on Earth. This started on the 12th. So it was a week ago Sunday. I've lost track of days with working overnights. I can't remember what week I'm in, what day I'm in. I think, honestly, I sat here and thought yesterday was Sunday. It wasn't. And so this I debated. This was a scrap of fabric that I had in my stash. And I have no idea what color it is. I have no idea who the manufacturer of it is, but it's the perfect color. I'm really loving it. Sorry about the fold there. Can somebody comment below and tell me how when you don't have your stitching on a Q-snap or on a scroll rod, how you go about storing it, because I hate folding it, folding the fabric, because then it gets it gets a crease in it. And especially with over-dyed, hand-dyed fabrics and hand-dyed flosses, then I can't steam it, you know, I don't want the colors to bleed or anything. So I'm like unsure on how to do that. So those are all my whips. Let's see what's next. Oh, I will show you this bag. So I've been trying to clean out my unused crafting supplies, and when I found the the Curtis Bowinger finish of my snowman, my July snowman, I came across a container that had a bunch of my brand new, very expensive sock yarns for knitting. And so I've been trying to get those listed to try and sell them because they're, you know, they're worth something. You know, so I'm listing them for like 50% or less than what they cost retail. And so hopefully they'll all sell soon. But I came across this little bag, and it had been for like knitting needles, and I don't know this brand. I'll have to Google it again, but it's called Della Q. But it's like this raw silk material, super pretty. I love the stripes. So I'm using it as just a notions bag. So I have like my, is that not adorable? My measuring tape. And I keep, usually I have in here a pack of needles, which I don't, because I was stitching last night before work. Keep my little my fabric Ort container. I usually keep my needle threader, which I do have my needle threader. I love these. I know they're like, you know, super inexpensive, but that's the one that works for me. I've tried the other kind and I rip them to shreds. So that's like tried and true. And I usually keep a little pair of scissors in here. But anyway, super cute. Love it. I received a gift, which was my first ever gift from a viewer who asked me not to mention her. And she made, I guess, stitched this and made it for me. It's Plum Street. It's Snort Stack. It's the little piggies. Look how cute. And it's the colors in my living room, which I think is so cute. So I'm going to try to find a little cute, like a primitive bowl or something, or a basket to stick it in. But I was so appreciative, and so thank you. You know who you are. So thank you so much for this. This was quite unexpected, and the note that you sent was quite lovely and made me tear up because, you know, I didn't start this expecting to receive the kind comments and everything, and then to get a gift because you like my content on Instagram and Flosstube. You know, it's very humbling. So thank you so much. And then while my husband was away, he scored major points because while he was in California, he went to a local LNS there. And he found, this is something that I have been wanting, and I had to make a decision as far as like when it's Lizzie Kate. So when she announced her retirement, it was like trying to like cram everything together, and I had to make like decisions like which ones I wanted and which ones I could, you know, possibly live without. But I was still trying to find this one because it wasn't on my original get list. And so he found me not just one, but the whole set. It's Christmas rolls. It's the whole set. So I'm super duper excited. So I can finally do the Christmas rules, which I'm so excited about. And then in addition, tell me when you see this, you will understand the brownie points he scored. You see that, people? Do you know what that is? It's a full yard of Picture This Plus. I typically like to stitch on the higher count. And this is Bramble, which is one of my favorite colors from them. And he was able to find it in 32 count. A whole yard of 32 count. He's my favorite husband ever. Anyway, so major brownie points on that one. Let's see what else. Oh, back when StitchCon happened, one of the things they talked about receiving in their goodie bag was a corner gauge from a shop on Etsy called RetromanticFripperie. And I immediately contacted them. So that's what, June? And so I immediately contacted them, and they asked them if they could make me one. But I wanted to have it customized for me. And since my channel name is Doodlebug Stitcher, I wanted to have that on there along with a ladybug. Look at what she made for me. Is that not amazing? Here, let me hold that up so you can see. Oh my God. Her work is exquisite. I was overwhelmed, totally. And then, and you can see I've already started using it. This has got my threads from Pumpkin Hollow. And so, in addition to that, I had gotten this, which is a B-Skep floss holder. I'll do it like that so you can see. Ah, look at that. My little note. Just put that right there, sorry. And then I also got, to match this, the needle minder. And there's her shop information, and I'll link her shop, her Etsy shop down below. There's the needle minder sticking to my metal board. So I received that, and that like took like 2 months to be finished, because she makes them by hand. And then Diddly Daddle Designs, I've talked about them before. They are Teresa Allen, or Teresa Aller, I'm sorry, Teresa Alber Reed. Donna doesn't read very much, apparently. But that's her information. Again, I'll link it below. I had seen this on her Instagram feed, and I was like, do you have any more of that fabric? And she's like, no, not right now. And then she messaged me, she's like, I got more of that fabric. And I'm like, yes, please. So, look at those ravens. Look at them. And look at the little, look at this. Look at this little tag, if I can spin it around. Little raven head. And I love this black fabric. And then the inside is this really pretty dot, orange polka dot. I loved it. Loved it so much. Grand Guard matching. So I figured that'll work for all of my fall projects. I eventually want to have project bags for like at least a couple for every season, so that way I can keep my stuff in pretty good shape. And then I received these flosses. These are Mo's SAL flosses from her Facebook group, and these are really pretty. Crafting Before Stitches had shown these, and I was like, ooh, I need to get me some of those. And so it was hard to track these down, but I got me some. So I'll show you these colors first. I'm losing it here. So this is called Calm. Bark. As I drop them on the kitchen floor. Blackberry. Calm River. Blackberry. Pardon me for a second while I pick this up. And then I got 2 skeins of both of these colors. And this third one, let me put these up here. I'll show you this one because that one was just a single. It's called Morning View, and it's shades of like a kiwi and tangerine and yellow. It's very tropical. Looks like a fruit salad to me. It should be called fruit salad. Alright, so these 4 are ones that I got multiples of, just because I think that I'll use. These are 10-yard skeins, so I think that I'll have enough for projects if I had 2. So this one on the end here is called Alice, and it's shades of purple and pink and yellow. And then, I'm sorry, this one is called Dumbo. The one next to it, the blue, which would make more sense, Donna, is kind of yellow and blue. Alice, like Alice in Wonderland. This shade here is called White Russian. It's very kind of like, it's like a blonde latte color. Coffee Speak. And then this last one is called Pumpkin Latte. Perfect because it's pumpkin season. When we went to the grocery store this weekend, I saw my first Starbucks pumpkin spice. So I'm super excited because that's coming. Yay. Hashtag drink all the pumpkin latte. Hashtag pumpkin spice rules. Anyway, and then the last thing, this is just, I spent the rest of my eBay funds, my eBay gift card, and so I picked up things that I've been looking at or I've been trying to find. I had found the buttons for this chart, but again, this, as I talked about last week, this was one of the charts that was lost in the Great Flood. So this is Sisters and Best Friends. And this is Snow Happens. So I have all the buttons so that I can do all 3 pieces if I wanted to. And then I have the chart. I got Country Cottage Needleworks Be Thankful. This is all from eBay. I'm telling you what, if people want to send me gifts, send me an eBay gift card because I'm finding lots of stuff on eBay. And I was not an eBay shopper until this year. I had gotten the gift cards and just stuck them in a drawer. Figured I'd use them for something at some point. And so when I found them, I was like, hey, I'm going to spend those on some cross stitch. So this is Penny Autumn from Plum Street. Original retail was $12. I did not pay that on eBay. Cricket Collection. This was a chart. I stitched the entire piece, gave it as a gift to my mom. She's got it hanging right inside the front door. and she keeps it up year round. And I had started to restitch it for myself, and then the chart got destroyed, and so I was able to track one down on eBay, and that is Cricut Collection Winter Circle, which is the snowman's. So now I can get that piece of partially stitched and start stitching it again. This is kind of cool because this came from the Attic Needlework shop at the Attic in Arizona, but I got it off of eBay, and it's the Scarlet House Pumpkins and Bittersweet. So that's kind of cool. And then lastly, this was a chart that I think Stephanie from Just Keep Stitching, she had received it as a gift from Heart and Hand, and Cecilia had sent this to her as a gift, and I died because I thought that the chart was amazing, and I don't have a lot of Thanksgiving pieces, so I thought that this would be great. I do have a lot of these like long skinny pieces, so I thought this would be perfect. I could put it out at Halloween, or excuse me, at Thanksgiving, not Halloween. But this is called Gobble and Give Thanks, and I got it for just a couple dollars, I think. And then the seller included, who knew that they knew I liked tea, but sent me a little packet of black tea called Black Forest Black Tea, so I'm going to try that. So that's about it. School starts on, we go to meet I work tonight, I work tomorrow night, and then Thursday we go to meet the teacher. We find out who McKenna's second grade teacher is, and then I work Friday night and Saturday night, and somewhere in there I have to go school clothes shopping with McKenna, so I'll be a zombie doing that. And then I'm off Sunday, and Monday morning I'm off because she'll go to school. So her dad goes into work late on her first day of school, and we take her to school. And then I work Monday night, and then beyond that I have no idea. The overnight shifts are really killing me slowly. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to continue to do that. I need to find something where I can work from home. If you know anything, let me know. But that's about it. This week I'll be working on, since I don't have the new RoundRobin piece yet, I'll be working on my piece on Earth and my pumpkin Hollow Farms, getting ready for the 'Tis the Season SAL, which starts on September 1st, which is Labor Day weekend. I also have my Vintage Stars that is starting that same weekend. So I think I need to hit up Michael's or Joann's for some DMC, because I need some other shade variances. So I'm going to take my overdyed flosses with me and fill in where I need some shade colorings, because I'm doing Vintage Stars, and I'm doing it in shades of teal and brown, like brownish gray. So I need to I've picked my overdyed colors, but I need some more variegation in the colors. So I'm going to look for some colors to fill in. And I figured I would do that with DMC. So that's what's on my agenda this week. And other than that, I'm just going to try and get as much rest as I can as soon as I get this video. My apologies. I'm hoping that this is going to stop soon. Anyway, my goal today is that as soon as I finish here and start and get this uploading, I'm going to go and take a nap, because I'm not going to be able to survive on no sleep. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and the nonsensicalness of it. I just made up a word. And I look forward to watching everybody's updates in the coming week when I can. And I hope you have a very stitchy Tuesday, and hope that you come back and follow me and watch for my updates. Follow me on Instagram at DoodlebugStitcher. On Facebook, you'll find me in a lot of the various groups. And until next time, happy stitching. Take care. Bye-bye.